All right, so this is going to be another video for my black brothers and sisters out there who are asking for reparations. I make all kinds of videos. The videos are shadow banned and they're blocked, but like I always say, I'm going to keep trying. Hopefully, people catch on and they start paying attention and start sharing this concept and this message and this idea. Black men and women out there, if you want the government to take you seriously, and you want them to repair the damage that they've done to you and your community. And what you need to do is you need to get the wealthy people's attention, get their attention because they're the ones that literally control and direct our government to do all of the things that they do. So until you get the attention of those wealthy men and women who control our government, you're wasting your breath. The only thing you need to do is to get the attention of the wealthy people. And you do that by affecting the wealthy people's money flow. That's the only way to do it. You have to affect their money flow, and you have to make that such a big deal that everyone around the globe starts to see what we're doing and starts to emulate it. We need to be talking about this online, and literally, this is one of the only things we need to talk about. We need to spread this message and this concept, make posts about it, make videos about it, just make memes about it, spread that message that that's what we're going to do, that we're going to pull our money. And when I say pull your money, what I mean is, and this is a solution. I try to give people solutions instead of just talking about the problem. I've been trying this for years, but I'm shadow banned. What you do is, instead of going into the big chain stores, like let's say you need to go grocery shopping and there's a Stop and Shop up the street, or there's a Walmart or a Costco or a Kroger or a Publix. Instead of going in those stores, you're going to have to cut and go into a smaller mom and pop store. Go into a bodega, one of those little small Mexican markets. Go into one of them little small Asian markets. Hopefully, obviously, this would be your first option. Look for a black market if you can find one and buy your groceries from there. You need hair products. Don't go into Target. Don't go into Walmart. Don't go into any of these big stores. Don't go into CVS. Don't go into Walgreens. All the big chain stores. You know the ones I'm talking about. The ones that you see in every state. Don't go into those stores anymore. Pull your money and convince other black people to do the same thing. Stop going into these stores and find alternative ways to purchase these items. If you can find a black business that sells these items, go to that business. If you can find another small local mom and pop store, go there. If you can't find one, go get it from someplace online. You have to pull your money. And I've had conversations with people in the past who have said things like, well, if you pull your money and go to another store, so let's say you're a woman and you need, I don't know, L'Oreal hair care color product, and you normally get it from Target. And instead of going to Target, you go and you find it at a smaller shop somewhere. For example, so just an example I'm coming up with. People have come and said, well, you pulled your money from Target, but the owners of the L'Oreal company are still getting money. That's true. Unfortunately, you're not going to get people to just not shop at all. That's not realistic. We need a plan and a solution that is sustainable, something that people are able to do successfully and fairly easily. That's the only way that you get this to where people are doing it on a regular basis until we get what we want. So yes, the owners that make that product are going to make some money, but what you're doing is you're upsetting the big dogs, the big chain stores, because most, if not all, of the wealthy men and women around this planet, the ones that invest in bribing our politicians and our government and controlling our lives, they either own those companies or they invest in those companies. So they're expecting certain returns throughout the 4 quarters throughout the year. If those returns aren't met, well, then they start to pay attention and look around and say, well, every year or every quarter I've been getting X amount of dollars back from my investment. That's either shrunk or it's gone away or it's disappeared. And I need, why is that happening? That's the only time they will look up and pay attention to what's going on. You have to affect those big businesses because those big businesses are all tied to these wealthy people. And that's the only way you get their attention. So yes, a little bits of money will trickle in to different white-owned businesses here and there. That's going to happen again. Unfortunately, we don't have enough black businesses to just completely move away from white society. And our society, our older generations have allowed us to become so reliant on white products and white businesses that nobody knows where to go and get all of the stuff that they need. So unfortunately, people are going to have to buy certain products, but change where you get them from. So Walmart may sell this product, but take your money from Walmart. The owners of L'Oreal may get a little bit of it, but Walmart's not getting it. And that is what you need to do. Target's not getting it. Best Buy's not getting it. Longhorn is not getting your money when you go into these chains, these big chain stores. These chain stores are all over the country because the wealthy invest. That's where they get their money to keep popping up all over the place. You have to affect these big chain stores in order to get their attention. And so that's the solution, is to pull your money. And I'm making this video today because I've made other videos talking about this, obviously. But I make these little videos now and then to give examples as to give examples to show my black brothers and sisters that this is viable, that this will work. I've given examples in the past about Anheuser-Busch and Target. They were both pushing that LGBT transsexual message. The people who drink Anheuser-Busch didn't appreciate it. The people who shop at Target didn't want their children, because they were pushing it into children's clothing lines or something like that, like making genital cups for girls, something weird stuff. The white citizens said, okay, well, we'll pull our money and we're going to go online. And they made videos about it. They talked about it. They made posts online, on social media. You had celebrities like, ex-celebrities, I guess, like Kid Rock, making videos talking about how they're going to boycott these businesses. The businesses immediately reversed course. Immediately. As soon as the money stopped, they changed. They were adamant about, we're going to push these LGBT rights because we want a high CEI score. When the society started to pull their money, they immediately backpedaled and said, you know what, we're not going to do that anymore. Sorry, please give us your money again. Same thing just happened with McDonald's. McDonald's was, I don't know exactly if they were supporting Israel, but supposedly they were supporting the terrorists in Israel who were murdering babies, and their stores that were in Israel were giving free food to the troops, or to word it better, to the gang member criminals who were helping the Israeli government murder children, poorer children. They were giving them free food. So country citizens went out and said, we're going to boycott McDonald's. No more McDonald's.
The burger chain became a target after photos and videos on social media showed franchise stores in Israel giving away thousands of free meals to the members of the Israeli military. Now, this led to calls for boycotts of the brand by those angered by Israel's military response in Gaza.
They made videos about it. They talked about it. It's been on the news. McDonald's immediately reversed course. So they apologized and they bought all of the stores in Israel so that they could make sure that free food wasn't being given out to the Israeli gang terrorist members. So if you pull your money from these companies, that's when you get the attention of the wealthy. It's only then that the wealthy will look up and say, these black people are serious. We need to listen to what they have to say and consider it, or just give it to them. Give them the change that they're looking for. Give them the reparations that they're demanding, that we owe. That's the only time you get their attention. Until then, you guys can talk about this online until your heads fall off. Nothing's going to happen. And I'm trying my hardest. I'm trying, because I don't have anyone that watches these. Unfortunately, I'm one of the only few voices who's coming up with actual solutions. And I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. I wish there were others out there who were doing the same thing. But unfortunately, that's not happening. We're not getting actual solutions. People are just online talking about the problem. But we need solutions. And I'm trying to give solutions, but I don't get anything from the black communities that at least says that they at least heard it and are considering it. So I keep trying. This is just another example of society going out and pulling their money, boycotting businesses in order to get change. If you want something done, you have to affect the money of the people that are controlling our policies, our laws, and our government. That's it. That's all you have to do. We can't fight them physically because there's too little of us. There's too few of us. We would lose. But what we can do is something that's very easy. You just stop going into their stores. Not only will you get their attention, but you'll save up a little bit of money. You'll better your own neighborhoods and communities by shopping in these little small locally owned shops, and you'll save a little bit of money. Just stop going into these stores. And you can't just stop going into the stores. You have to share this idea and this concept. I've never been up here asking people for money, donations. I don't have a Patreon account. I ain't selling no products. I don't ask people to share my videos. I don't do any of that stuff. I'm not asking for anything other than if you hear this and it makes sense to you and it's something that you think will work, just talk about it and make your own videos about it and make your own posts online, your own memes, your own whatever people do online to get attention. Make posts or make draw attention to this idea and this concept. Black people, whenever we push something, as we see with most of the stuff that we push, the rest of the world falls in line behind us. We are very influential as a people. We are a very influential people. And if we push this and it starts to get traction and it starts to work, other people around the world will do the same thing. People within this country will do the same thing. People in other countries will do the same thing. Once people start pulling their money collectively, I'm I'm telling you, you will see the next day on the news there'll be press conferences from your government telling you, you know what? Well, we've looked at what's this new trend going on. We understand that black people are hurting, and we're here to do something to fix it. That's the only time you're going to start to hear about it. You're going to start to get any traction. Once you start pulling your money, you start making that concept viral, and other people start latching onto it and following suit. That's when you start to ask for demands and you start to push things because that's when you're listened to. So spread this message. Again, it works. It's happened 3 times now. Anheuser-Busch, it happened. With Target, it's happened. And now with McDonald's. 3 unbelievably big brands and big companies who, because their money was affected, they listened to what the citizens said immediately. When prior to that, they said that they weren't going to. All you have to do is affect their money. That's all that these um, uh, people in Western society care about is cash. Because that's the only thing that gives them the power that they need to do the sick and demonic things that they do. So if that money is pulled, they're going to try to fix it to make sure the money's flow comes back in. So spread that message, that concept. Help me, please, because no one else is helping spread this message. I'm being shadow banned by these wealthy people that own these social media outlets. So my message isn't getting any traction, and no one else is talking about any type of solution other than just be strong. And that's not going to work.